How you feeling?
How do you feel?
Better.
I feel good.
And okay, here's the thing.
That's a beer.
If you are doing anything, because I like I said, I forgot that we had a podcast today. I thought it was tomorrow. And I was sitting on the couch when my alert popped up that
30 minutes ago.
Yeah. So I just was like, oh, shit.
Fudge.
And I am just, because it gets crazy from my house to trying to get downtown now because of the stadium traffic and, where they're doing all that construction. And from the idiots who designed the roads around here only made one lane going off to, Interstate 40 from 65. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
That's
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
right there. What is it? 2nd and 4th Avenue and that.
Yeah. And nobody knows how to merge. Nobody knows how to do anything. So I get off on Wedgwood when I'm coming here, because it's a lot easier. I had this idiot woman on her phone, not just because she's an idiot or she's a woman, but idiot woman on her.
That's good. Not because she's an idiot.
She's on her fucking phone going on the off ramp, just doing 15 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And I let it go like 2 or 3 seconds. And I was like, nope, horn, engage the horn.
Yeah.
And then she did it again. I mean, she was just creeping. And I get up beside of her, and she's just both hands on her phone.
Dude, she's
Wow.
got important things to do, man.
Yeah, she's an important person.
If you're a human being, well, you're not even a human being. If you do anything else besides drive your car when you're in a car, just know that I hate you down to every fiber of your being.
If anybody ever catches Detox doing something other than driving in his car,
You will not. Turning up my stereos on.
I just felt like my dad was yelling, "You will not."
Yeah.
You will not do
I am
that.
so tired of people not doing, because that's what causes everything.
That happened to me this morning on my way into the office. I was just going down the interstate, and I was kind of under all the overpasses, and this little car just whips right in front of me. No blinker, no like slow merging over. Like had to slam on the brakes and make sure I didn't hit them. And then they roll down the window and they wave their hand like, "Thanks for letting me in." And I was like,
I didn't.
I didn't have a choice. Yeah.
You're number one, dude.
I've quit doing that. I've been better about giving the people number one sign.
So they're number twos now? Or what?
No, I don't do anything, because if I involve myself in it and they do it back, we're going to throw hands.
Yeah, I've never really thought about that. The one finger is a complete insult, but the two fingers, that's a nice gesture.
The 2 fingers is where it came from, actually.
Hey, we're actually talking about like the middle finger and peace. Just
middle
in case you're wondering what we're talking
middle
about.
finger's the one finger, peace sign is
Like,
the 2 fingers.
The reverse peace sign is like that's what the British used to do. Or somebody did it to the British because it would show
You
them.
mean when the back of your hand is facing?
That was the bad thing. And it evolved into the one finger. It was like to show their archers that they still had, or to show the army they still had both their hands so they could pull back their strings on the bow.
Or they're like, well, last strike, motherfucker. Yeah. Bam, you're dead.
Yeah. Yeah, so I had to get that out of the way. I'm sorry.
all right.
Welcome to Twangtown. I am David Tolliver.
And I'm Colt Mirsky. Wait for it.
Brewski.
Yes.
That's a new one.
That's impressive.
Thank you.
And today we have with us Pryor Baird.
Give him some claps. Yeah.
Hey, that's pretty good.
We got 4 sounds.
4
now?
sounds.
4 sounds.
Yeah.
5. That was a good one.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Did you practice that on your way over
I
here
didn't.
today?
I mean, you have a radio face and the voice. Let me tell you.
Wow. I thought we were friends. You're just over here lambasting me.
That was a compliment, David.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's fine.
Take it how you want.
Yeah. I take it.
It's the first time I've never seen you in neon color shoes either.
Well, these are New Balance. These are the grays. These are grays. The gray collection.
Gray today, David.
Man, you know what? I was feeling great sitting on my couch.
Until you forgot about the thing that was on your calendar.
Yeah,
you
dude.
forgot about us.
Well, I wrote a
title?
song. Yeah, I wrote a song, and I went to lunch with my co-writer, and then I was like, man, I'm down here. Let's just go home right now. It's 2:30. I can just chill.
Yeah, life is good.
Yeah, life is good. And I get home, sit on the couch, and then an alert pops up. It's like, hey, you got to go back to your office. Like, come on, man.
You got to go all the way back to Nashville.
Come on. And I passed all the traffic coming here, and I'm like, I'm just not going home anymore. I quit.
On my way here, I had to like go around. I had to make all left turns because there's a train. That damn train on Wedgwood.
Oh,
and 4th Avenue.
yeah.
Man, that sucker will get you if you're stuck. And that thing runs 24/7.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's about
constant.
10 miles long. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it gets like right to the end. It's like tick 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 tick. Psych, and then it just goes the other way.
That's the worst. I've had that happen.
On,
You're
man.
like, no, you
Or
cannot go
see
the other way.
You're like, it's ending, and then it's just flatbed cars.
Oh, yeah, that
cars.
sucks,
Yeah,
too.
what cars?
Cars.
Yeah, it's just the flat ones, and then the other, and then it's like 8 more hours of train. You know?
It's about a mile and a half,
love
about 1 mile an hour.
I'm tired of trains too right now. Let's just.
Are you mad at trains?
I didn't even know. Like, I mean, I knew we still use trains, but like, I'm from a small town. But God, Lord, like,
buddy.
this town. I mean, there's a lot of trains going on.
It's truckers and
Commerce.
trains. We're what get
Boy, there's a title right there: Truckers and Trains, or a podcast title. Welcome to Truckers and Trains.
Truckers and trannies.
I didn't say it; he did.
Oops.
That's how I heard it in my head when you said it out loud.
Trains and truckers are how shit gets around the country. No shit.
Absolutely.
When they say
And ships.
airmail's a freaking lie. It's a lie. Most of the stuff you get airmail delivered, like from California to here, it's not airmail.
Really,
It's on a train or a truck.
really,
Really?
Yep.
really.
How do you know this?
How do you think about that, David? Hang on, just a second.
Yep.
What happens if you pay for overnight and it gets there overnight?
And then that's an airplane.
Okay.
But if you
Just
pay
making
for,
sure that we knew that.
overnight's different than airmail. Yeah. Most stuff you think that's on a plane, this is 100% fact. Everyone knows this. It's 100% fact.
Welcome to the Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
So you grew up in California. I've been to your hometown.
You're right. And it's not. See, I always have to like preface to be like, okay, now
Here's where it is.
I moved here 13 years ago
Yeah.
before like everybody got out of California.
So you're not one of the ones everybody hates.
But he's like the guy. He's like the dude from one kid moved away from town, moved to Nashville.
Pryor Baird. What's your town called again?
Old
Obelisk?
Orchid.
Old Orchid.
Yep.
Old
Yeah.
Orchid?
It's in between.
ORCUTT, not the flower.
In
Orchids.
between Santa Barbara and Santa Maria,
Yep.
Californias.
Yep.
I guess that's abroad.
You know
That's
that movie,
broad.
No Country for Old Men?
Yeah.
That's all about like my part of the Central Coast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's not, a lot of strawberries out there.
Strawberries, oil, and ocean,
Yeah,
and wine, and it's the most beautiful place in the world.
it's interesting because we stayed in Santa Barbara for a night, and like at the, I will not name the hotel we stayed at because it was a little bougie.
Did you stay at the Bacara?
No, Ritz Carlton.
Oh yeah, of course you did.
It was gorgeous. Well, Jenna had points, and she surprised me because
David, you paid for it.
I
It's
did
fine.
not pay for
It's
it.
fine.
I make no. You know my salary. I make no money here. But she was like, she surprised me because I came out to play a show with you in your hometown, and we were driving up the coast. We flew into L.A. and we're driving up, and I'm like, let's just crash in Hampton Inn tonight in Santa Barbara because Ben Margulies is there. I wanted to see him, and she's like, okay. She puts in that thing and start going over here, and I'm like, wow, it's taking us by the Ritz Carlton. This is pretty cool. She goes, yeah. I was like, you did not. She goes, yeah, I booked it on points because she travels all the time for
Right.
work.
Yeah.
So she's got a lot of points. Man, it was
I'd have to say
gorgeous.
it's- oh yeah.
Oh my God. They treated us like royalty too. And I'm like, I don't deserve this at
Yeah,
all.
it's so nice.
But
definitely
on the
didn't.
beach, when you come off the beach, they got these little grease wipes because of the oil. Grease sand.
Wipes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wipes.
Little wipes.
So the water's a little oily.
Well, yeah, because they dig for oil, or they dig for oil. They're oil derricks out there
like
in
there's
the
derricks
ocean.
right off the coast right there.
Okay. I've
Yeah.
never been to that
Yeah.
part of
So
California.
you'll see.
I have no idea.
If you go out there, all up and down the Pacific Ocean, it's Pacific Coast. It's just got tons of oil derricks that are, 5-acre flight decks sitting out there just at the top of the water, and you can see them for miles.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but there's a lot of natural oil and tar out there that comes out naturally.
Yep.
So
Yep. Naturally.
La Brea tar pits.
Yeah.
Is that it? That's it in the same area?
It's Spanish
Yeah.
for the Brea.
The Brea. Like El Nino.
El Nino.
The Nino.
The
a lot of rain.
Nino.
Very wet.
What'd you do when you were growing up in California?
Man,
In Old Orchid.
Old Orchid, California, man.
Orchid.
I grew up way out in the country, and we rode horses and shot guns and
Yeah.
it was in the 80s, man. So it's like we didn't really have TV, and our parents were always like, "Get outside." So we didn't really hang out outside, but we did everything outside.
Yeah.
But it was so much fun. I lived in the middle of nowhere, right on Highway 1, right by the coast, and it was like rolling hills, and we had horses, and so we'd literally just like get on the horses. And,
I don't like horses. I like them, but I don't like to ride them.
yeah, they probably don't like you riding them either.
Yeah.
It's a two-way street.
It's hard for me to get on them sometimes.
I'm sure
Why?
they make it that way.
Yeah, they don't like. Oh, because I don't know. I'm scared to death of them.
They sense your fear, David.
They should, because I'm scared to death of them. They've got a brain and they're huge.
Yeah, and they're about to strap something on their back. They're like, dude, come on, homie, for real?
Yeah,
Bro.
not again.
Not this guy.
Come on, man.
It's not a strap on again.
Whoa!
Ouch.
Hey.
I do have that one. I was going to do the rim shot, but then you went,
Yes.
I watched that movie,
What movie?
Rim Shot.
was that your nickname in high school?
It's my nickname in high school. Here comes old David Rim Shot Tolliver.
Rim shot or rim job?
Oh, wow.
Both kinds.
I know. Man, it's... How about that traffic in Nashville, guys?
God, dude, it's so bad. Hey, what time is it too right now? Right now, everybody's just stuck
Oh, it's getting
and
worse
stopped.
and worse
It's
and
a
worse.
it's a small shotgun.
And it's hot.
410.
Man.
10-4. Yeah, it's so hot. I don't want to even eat right now. You know
I
what
was
I mean?
I was just home 3 days ago, and we went out. Dude, we went to Morro Bay, California, where the big rock is, right on the ocean. We went whale watching. It was like 58
Whale.
degrees, overcast.
Really?
We had to wear like 2 jackets,
Oh my God. It's July.
and it was so nice.
Just recently?
Yeah, it was like 2 days ago.
Oh my gosh.
Northern
It's-
California.
No, right there on the Central Coast, man. And what's cool is like you can sit there on the water where it's nice and cool, and you can see inland where it's probably like, I don't know, 3 miles from the coast, and it's probably 80 degrees, but no humidity, and there's a nice little cool breeze that blows from the ocean. It's
Yeah.
perfect.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have
Yeah.
that here.
Yeah. So
I can't take any more clothes off or I go to jail.
yeah.
I don't even like wearing shoes right now.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
not in Rosemary Beach. You can't just you take all your clothes off.
Yeah.
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 But you should, because it's so hot.
It is.
But
So spent most of your time out shooting horses outside.
Don't say that.
Well, he said it. I
That's
just
how
put
we
them
got-
together.
That's how we got canceled.
Did you play music your whole life? I
Absolutely.
know you grew up listening to a lot of eclectic music.
Yeah.
And you played guitar. Great guitar player.
Thank you.
Great singer.
Thank you.
Of course, we'll get to that later. But
Thanks.
what were you I mean, when do you remember your first doing some music stuff?
I mean, literally no joke like that. People always have like their first memory. I don't know if people have their first memory or not, but mine is music. I remember the very first time I heard, a guitar. My uncle was playing it. And I mean, I was younger than 3 years old.
Yeah.
And I remember hearing it, and I remember going through the sunroom in my parents' house and like going into the living room, sitting in front of the fireplace, and my uncle was sitting in a chair. And it was a green chair, and he was sitting there playing. And I remember looking up at him. I just sat down on the floor, and I was like, it's kind of like,
Oh,
literally.
we need that plug in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
I'll see if I can figure
The
one
doves
out.
fly off.
The doves fly off. Yeah. It's like Scarface. Huh?
Right.
Uh,
But no, I mean, that was it. Like, and then I knew from then, it's like, I got a guitar when I was 2.5.
what was
for
the guitar?
Christmas.
Little Sears and Roebuck.
No, it was a, oh man, I don't even remember the name of it. I still have it. It's like this big,
Huh?
little gut string.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's badass. Still
Yeah.
play it.
Nice. Mine-
Is it pretty playable? Like it's a good little guitar?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, it
like
was-
some of those little guitars you got back then, it's like the strings and the neck were like this far apart.
Yeah.
No, so apparently, like I told my parents, like, when you're a kid, you go to the mall and you go see Santa Claus.
Mm-hmm.
So we went there, and what do you want? And I said, man, I want a guitar. Oh, okay, but I want a real guitar.
Yeah.
I remember saying, I want a real guitar. I don't want a fake one. And like that's good. And then I got one. and that was it. And I've never done anything. I mean, I've done lots of things to make sure I could keep playing the guitar, but
Yeah.
Did you play in like high school? Did you play in bands and stuff?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What was your first band? You remember? Do you have a band name? Do you remember what it was?
yes.
I remember what mine was.
The very first band I was ever in was called Secret Agent Chicken.
Wow. Now that's a name.
Ding, 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 ding. There's
Wow.
another plug-in you need. Like
Yeah.
a big
Yeah.
one
Let's get a bigger pad.
there. We're going to need a bigger boat.
Mine, I told my sister because we were like 8 years old, you know.
Yeah, me too.
And I told my sister what the band name was. She goes, "Yeah, you can't use that."
What was it?
Dyke,
Jesus.
but it was spelled different.
How did you stumble across that name?
One of my buddies like, "Man, we should be like, the dikes, like the dams." It wasn't the slang
Yeah.
in our heads that it was.
Yeah, that wouldn't have translated very well.
No.
I mean, it's fitting for you.
Really? Like you saw the last Halfway to Hazard photo shoot then, huh? We both look like the huge lesbians in the pictures.
I'm a lesbian.
Me too.
Trapped in a man's body.
Nobody is ever going to... We're going to get so much trouble for this. Is anybody ever going to hear this?
Yeah, everyone.
Depends how many fans you
It's
have.
fine.
Fine.
We got to quit worrying about pretense and what we're saying.
That's right.
And just enjoy ourselves.
That's
'Cause
right.
I'm shit tired of people's driving in Nashville.
Yeah, this is all in jest,
Joe. Hey,
folks.
just ask Joe Leathers. Man, I'll never forget. Right there on you got the roundabout right there on Demumry, and it comes off, and everybody's like waiting to get on 40 right there.
Mm-hmm.
I was in a hurry one day,
Uh-oh.
and I said, I am not waiting in this line.
You did not do it.
And I did, and I went all the way to the front, and I just
you
turned
that
it.
guy.
You did not.
We hate you.
Dude, I was in a hurry.
Everybody's in a hurry.
His hurry is more important than our hurry.
Yeah, I know you're elite.
Joe Leathers,
California
man.
hurry.
I get a text message from him, and he's like, "You son of a bitch."
He saw you and called you out so hard.
100%, dude.
Dude, I have been a hypocrite too. I think we all have at one point. Just because I will get mad at. So my therapist says too. He's like, "You get mad at people doing the same thing you want to do, don't you? Or you have done." I'm like, "Yeah."
Totally.
He's like, "You know how stupid that sounds?" I was like, "Yeah, for sure."
Here's $160.
Yeah.
Thanks. See you in 2 weeks.
Right? It's like I mean, at one time I just went in there and just vented the whole time. He's like, "All right, cool, we're done."
Yeah. He didn't even have to talk.
But.
So now what?
Yeah,
Come back in 2 weeks.
yeah.
So you mean for the next 13 days, I just sit there and just freak out about everything I just told
Yeah.
you? Yeah, great, perfect. Here's my credit card.
Read this book about anger, and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, like cool, man.
Yeah,
Thanks.
So your band, Spring-Headed Disco Chickens,
yeah. Yeah,
What was it called again?
Secret Agent Chickens.
Secret Agent Chickens. Did it go well?
No, it just lasted a day. We played at Giovanni's Pizza Parlor, and it was over.
Giovanni's?
Yeah.
Is that like? Because we had Giovanni's back home. I wonder if it was the same.
Definitely not.
Like a chain.
No, it's not
No.
a chain, but I'll tell you, it's all going to be the same family because my family's all got those Swiss Italians like Giovanni's and Righetti's.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
You have to say it like that too, don't you? Giovanni's. Yeah.
Giovanni.
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 Giovanni Sloan, get over here. You
It's
know?
like that. Domino's. You mean Domino's? Yeah. It's that new place that just opened up.
Domino's. Yeah, I heard it's like a chain or something.
Yeah.
Pat's a hoot. I don't know.
But yeah, man, I grew up playing the guitar.
Yeah.
For my whole life.
How
That's
did
what
you
happened.
How did you get
For
the
my whole
name
life.
Secret Agent Chickens?
I
Do
have
you
no-
remember?
Dude, we were like 7.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how. I don't know.
You're playing the pizza parlor
Actually,
at
no,
7?
no. We were way older than that. I was my buddy Tyler Bright was in that band. I think we were in 6th or 7th grade.
Oh, so you were probably 10, 11 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you start writing songs after that or that time? Did you have some really shitty songs?
No, I wasn't really writing songs back then.
No,
No, I was more interested in
just slinging.
playing the guitar.
Yeah,
You know?
singing.
No.
Really?
Yeah, no, I wasn't into singing at all.
Because you're
Really?
an absolutely phenomenal singer.
No.
Did you
Yeah.
know that you could sing?
No, and to be honest with you,
That's wild.
I never sang. I was in a blues band forever, and I was in this band called the Freakin' Deacons. And we were a Chicago style, straight up
Deep
Muddy
dish
Waters.
blues.
Yeah, man, for real. And that's funny. I've never heard that before. That's actually pretty funny.
You and all these
You're welcome.
pizza connections. Yeah.
Yeah, right. How about that?
Yeah. Deep dish.
Deep Dish. How you doing? That's the name of your new blues band, Deep Dish.
We're going to
Deep
do
dish.
But yeah, I was in this blues band, and then I just played the guitar, and then one day the harmonica player didn't show up.
it. The harmonica player?
Yeah, his name was Professor Porkchop. You can't make this shit up, dude.
This is the greatest story
I love
about
it.
bands I've ever heard.
Yeah, man.
So Professor Porkchop didn't show up.
And
He went to jail for heroin,
Oh, what's a reason to not show up?
the old China Black.
and I was
So
I
this
was-
was you're still like 13 and
no, I was 16.
16.
Porkchop selling heroin.
Actually, I think I
Okay.
was 15 because my mom had to take me to the gig, and it was at a bar called O'Sullivan's, and I used to have to sit outside and on the breaks because I couldn't be inside because I wasn't 21.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It's
And,
absurd, right?
Hey kid, thanks for playing, but you got to sit outside between breaks.
Yeah, but everybody had to do that, didn't
Why
they?
is O'Sullivan's Italian too?
That's Irish. What the hell?
Yeah, I don't. Now he's like, yo, kid, you got to sit outside. You know, he did it. I didn't.
Oh, look at you point the blame somewhere else.
I'm pointing. I'm good at that.
Anyways, yeah. I said, well, I can't go home because my mom dropped me off
Yeah.
and she's not coming back, so I'll sing. They were like, really? I said, yeah. So I started singing that day.
And
I
at
was
this
like, "Okay."
point, you had never sang, at
No.
least in public.
No, not really. I got to put this down a little bit because I can't see you and it's like tripping me out.
Fine, it's fine.
There we go.
Yeah,
there
there
we go. Yeah, no, I'd never sang before. Like, I mean, I'd sang before, but not really like myself. But then I did.
So
and
how'd
was
it go?
fun. It was great.
Yeah.
It was so much fun. I was like, hey, this is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And
How many songs did you sing? Like, how did you know all these songs?
I mean, I've been playing them forever. And so I guess I just been singing them in my head and like singing harmonies with them in
Okay.
my head and just never did
Did
it.
everybody
Yeah.
just look at you and go, what's going on?
Kind of, yeah. I remember there was a guy there. His name was Cole Blythe. And I've known him my whole life. And he came up to me. He's like, dude, what the fuck? And I was like, what?
Exactly.
And he goes, why have you not been doing this forever? And I'm
Right?
like, I don't know. And he's like, okay, this is what you do now. It's like,
You're now the singer of the band.
okay.
Yeah.
And then Professor Porkchop came back
Professor Porkchop.
and we had a gig at farmer's market in San Luis Obispo. It's a big farmer's market. Anyways, he started doing the nods. He was nodding out in the show. And I was like, okay, well, I'm done.
Yeah.
And I told the guys in the band, I said, I'm going to go start my own band. If you want to come, come.
Yeah.
And they did.
Got to know the name.
It was just Pryor Baird and the Deacons. I had to do a little.
Oh.
I had to be kind of smart about it and be like, the freaking Deacons. I'm still keeping the Deacons. I'm still
Yeah.
keeping the guys.
Little
Yeah.
rebranding.
So
Yeah.
we just became a power trio. And then, man, within like 2 years, we were traveling all over the state of California. And then by the time I was 24,
Yeah.
23, 24, 25. We were top 10 finishers in the International Blues Challenge back in Memphis. It was great. And then I did it for, I don't know, from 15 to 28, and I moved to Nashville.
Yeah.
And
I want to hear you sing some blues music.
yeah,
But you're pretty dang good at it.
I
Yeah.
love the blues.
Yeah. I've known you for a long time. We've been good friends for a long time. And I've never heard that story before.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know why I would.
We've never done a podcast before.
We've never done a podcast before.
And
We've
here we
done-
are.
I can
we've
see
done
why
other
people
things.
like this, though. It's cool. Like your voice, like I enjoy talking to you more because
Yeah.
your voice sounds so cool. Like, so like,
In your head.
yeah.
I get in your head a little bit, don't I?
A little bit.
I feel like I'm inside you right now, right?
See,
You had to go
it was
there.
all fine.
Yeah.
It was,
Yeah.
we were good. We were just fine right up until, never mind.
Hitting on
He
19.
invited me to the
Yeah.
podcast, and we talked for a while, and then he tried to put his
What?
it's that old
Wait,
meme.
His
What's that
microphone.
meme? It's that meme, you know.
Yeah.
Saw an old man by the road, and he stopped and helped me change the tire, and then he tried to put his finger on me. You know, it's that one. Yeah, it's cool.
I actually did that the other day. Not that second part.
whoa,
Not
whoa,
the second
whoa,
part.
whoa,
Not the second part.
Wait for it.
But pulled over, and some woman was standing on the side of the road. Man, I was down in Georgia, and it was hot, like 11 in the morning, and she had a flat tire, and I was like, no,
She'd have still been there if it was me.
man. I got it all done right. I'm like, putting right, like jacking it back down, and her husband shows up. He's like, "Cool, thanks, man. I'll take it from here." And I was like,
It's done.
"You got it, buddy."
Yeah.
Good job. Way to be the hero, Dad.
Yeah.
You know? Ridiculous. Just ridiculous. Stupid.
So you were 28 when you moved to Nashville.
You were 28 when you moved to
And then
Nashville.
why and what happened after that?
Yeah.
Why? Why I moved to Nashville? My dad always told me the biggest little word is if,
Yeah.
and
Whew, that's stout.
yeah,
That's got some heavy to it right there.
yeah, and so
Wow.
yeah, and so I didn't want to look back. You know, fear is something. It's very powerful to move somebody. But I remember when I was a kid, like people always say one day or day one, you know, and it's like if I go. I mean, I can tell you right now, today's Thursday, I can tell you everybody that's playing in my hometown on the entire Central Coast from Paso Robles to Santa Barbara. I can tell you who's playing where, what band's playing, what songs are there, who's there, what kind of crowd's there, how long it's going to be, what's going to happen. And they've been doing it for 35 years. And when I was about, I don't know, 19, 20, I remember like, it kind of just hit me. And I was working at a restaurant and I was waiting tables. And I was like, this guy plays here every Friday night. There's nobody here.
Yeah.
Mm.
And he's been playing here for 20 years. And then I'd get off work at 10 o'clock and I'd go up to Pismo Beach and I'd go to, Louis B's, or I'd walk into anywhere, any bar, and it's like, oh, there's Class X and they're playing Here Comes, and it's like, they'll play it all. It's like, dang. And I still see these guys to this day. And these dudes are now, 30 years older than when they were 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Still wearing the same clothes.
Yeah.
Still doing the same thing.
Comfortable in their existence.
Yeah. And even talking about it, it literally it kind of freaks me out. So I remember when that happened, I was like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. And I didn't know what I was going to do. And I was a bartender for a long time, and I traveled, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I played everywhere all over the coast, and from San Francisco to Santa Barbara. And then we started going all over the country. And I had my roommate, and he was like, dude, you got to get out of here, man. Like, you've got to just go. And it's hard, man. It's scary to leave your hometown. It's like, well, where am I going to go?
And that's
Right.
quite a distance.
And it's
too.
a long way,
Yeah.
because like LA sucks. And I played down there all the time. I'm like, I'm not going to go to LA.
If you don't have like a connection or an end, then it's even harder,
Yeah,
to
and-
get over here and
Right.
break your way into the business.
And San Francisco is like, I love the city, and it used to be unbelievable. The music scene used to be phenomenal in San Francisco. It used to
Heard
be
it's
such
not so great there anymore.
No, San Francisco's really taking a shit.
I'm going there in November. Good to know.
Yeah. Sorry about your luck. Go to the Buena Vista and stay there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just have Irish coffees, and they're amazing.
Okay.
Okay. I want to go.
No.
But yeah, and I was like, what am I going to do? Where am I going to go? And I remember I'd been to Chicago quite a few times. And I was like, well, maybe it's Chicago. And I was like, well, maybe it's Austin, Texas. And I was like, well, maybe it's Nashville. And so I didn't know what to do. And I remember I lost my job. I was a bartender, and I didn't lose my job. I got fired again for drinking on the job.
Oh, you were drinking on the job.
Shocker. And
I'm
so-
writing down a song title if you're wondering what I'm doing.
What's it called? Hey, I
lost
spoke
my
the
job
word, so
again.
I get a third.
I was thinking about maybe it's Nashville, or maybe it's. I don't even want to say it on here because
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe
We'll talk
maybe it
off.
was Memphis.
Yeah, right.
no,
Something like that.
I did something completely different. So go ahead. Sorry.
But I knew that I had to get out of town. And I was like, okay, it's one of those moments that hit you right then. It's like, okay, these things that you've always been telling yourself. It's like, oh yeah, someday, day one
Yeah.
day. And everybody's been saying it, and everything's like all these doors are just closing right behind you. It's like, okay, all right.
You're
Okay.
literally being kicked out to go do something else.
Yeah, and not kicked out, but it's like, dude, you got like, this is the universe or God or whatever. Everything's saying you got to go, man.
Yeah, they're pushing
Like,
you
it's-
into the direction you need to be going.
And yeah, you
Did
certainly
you
can't
know
go west.
anybody when you moved here?
go west.
Did you have any contacts? You know anyone?
No, I'd never been
You
here.
just straight up
I'd
like
never been
raw
here.
dog moving here.
Yeah, so I told my dad, and I said, Dad,
Nice.
Nice.
Thanks.
I told my dad, I was like, Dad, I'm leaving. He goes, where are you going? I said, I don't know. He said, okay. Come back tomorrow night and we'll talk about it. And I said, okay. And my dad had a pool hall.
Yeah.
Has one pool table in it, dartboard, jukebox. You know, it's badass. It's out in the country. And he got a great big map, like 8 feet by 8 feet, and put it up on the wall. And he makes his own beer he made. And we had a few. And he said, okay. So he went and got a bar stool and he set it in front of this map and blindfolded me and spun me around about 8 times and gave me a dart. And he said, throw it. And I threw it and it landed in Paducah, Kentucky.
Wow.
Let me tell you about Paducah.
Yeah, right. And he said, well, it's closest to Nashville. I said, okay. I said, Nashville it is.
Wow.
Wow.
And 2 weeks later,
Fate by dart.
yeah, right. 2 weeks later, I sold everything I had. I remember backing up to my roommate's garage. I had a Ford F-150, 4-door, 2-wheel drive. And I had a suitcase. I had 5 guitars, an amplifier, and a queen-size mattress with a sleigh bed strapped in between the mattress and the box spring and a tarp over the top and just some, records and shit in the back. And I remember saying bye to my mom and my sister at an ice cream parlor, a place called Doc Bernstein's. And my mom came out. She's like, "Oh shit, you really are leaving."
Wow.
She's like, I didn't think you were really going to do it. And I said, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even have a place to live yet.
You just, that's amazing.
And then
Just
I remember
started driving.
drove down to my dad's house and I said, he was standing there and he had his red bag and a cooler. And we always travel together. We travel this country together so many times. And he said, I'm not going to let you go across the country by yourself, so I'm going too.
Wow. That's
So
really
he
cool.
rode with me and we drove across the country and had a great time. And I mean, we got stories for days. And then I remember one night we were in Texas and I was like, I got to figure out where I'm going to stay. And this is before I think that Craigslist just kind of, this is 13 years ago. I mean, I guess it's been out for a while, but there were all these places for rent in Murfreesboro and Madison and Lebanon and
Antioch.
yeah, right. And I saw 2 places in Green Hills, and I was like, I guess this Green Hills must be a kind of a rare place.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I found, dude. Now looking back, I found a bedroom at 1109 Glenwood, which is in smack dab right there in Green Hills, right behind Lipscomb. Quiet, nope. I was like, this.
Yeah. Nice.
But I remember when I got into town, I'll never forget. I was driving anyways, I found a house that night while I was in Texas with my dad. And I was like, all right, man, we're really doing this. But I remember pulling into town. It was Kingston Springs is where we were. And I was like, man, this is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
This is gorgeous. And I remember pulling into town and I was like, oh shit. I remember seeing because we don't have big, we don't have big buildings. And I remember seeing everything. I was like, holy cow.
They see that skyline and it makes it real.
Yeah. And then I was like, holy shit, man, this is,
I'm here.
and I'll never forget my dad. He put his hand on top of mine. It's didn't even say anything, but it's like that. It's all good. Everything's gonna be fine. I was like, whew. But yeah, and then I moved into my house, pulled right into 1109 Glenwood. My buddy Lane Malone came out and he was from Oxford, Mississippi. And he says, "Hey boy, what's your college team?" And I was like, "What in the fuck?
What are you?
Nashville. Yeah. Welcome to the Southeast.
What's your team?" And I was like, what are you Dodgers, baby, yoo-hoo. And he's like, what the
What's wrong with you?
yeah, exactly. And then his dog bit my dad. So I was like, well, I guess that's what happens. And I got a job at the Union Stockyard, waiting tables down there before when the Bullpen Lounge.
Holy
right after.
shit. Stockyard.
Yep.
Oh,
That was my
damn.
first job down there. I wore the tuxedo.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to go to Judge's Vinegar Room, Judge's Beans over there.
Judge
Yeah.
Beans.
Used to go over there and play on Sunday nights.
Vinegar Room. It's a scorpion.
Yeah.
Vinegar.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Is that what that is?
Uh-huh.
I always wondered what that was.
Yeah.
Now we know.
See, useless knowledge in his head. Come on, do I get nothing
Oh.
for that?
What do you want?
It's not a joke. It's like
Sorry,
claps
David.
or
Here,
something.
fine.
Yeah.
You earned it.
Yeah, I'm big boy. Both hands.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my little journey to Nashville, man.
Ooh, so you worked at the Stockyards for a while. Did you just went out and networked and met people and?
Actually, what I did was just did you just fart?
No.
You lie. I
No.
heard that through my
I
headphones.
heard that, but I didn't know what it was.
No,
And then
that was outside the door.
Sure.
Oh, was that the same time you were coming back down like that, huh?
God, something smells outside the door. It's awful.
That asshole talking shit again.
Oh,
Man,
That's that atomic rhino, huh?
getting friendly in here.
oh, you'll get to meet the atomic rhino in a little bit. Yeah. So yeah, you went out and hung around and met people. And,
Yeah, I tell you what I didn't do. What I did do was go out and see what everybody was doing.
mm-hmm.
And just like when I was a kid, I remember watching everybody, like, learn from everybody else's mistakes, watch what everybody else is doing.
Yep.
And I went down to play on Broadway, and I'll never forget. I got down there and I played at Tootsie's, and I played 3 songs. And the guy said, "Nope, you're no good." And I was like, "Wow." That's when I was like, "Oh shit, man! This place is like,
Yeah.
okay, like." And it was the best thing that could have ever happened. I mean, right from the time I got here, bam, smacked right in the face. It was like, get with it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you are not here for a joke. This is, and from that day, I mean, I was here for maybe 3 days,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, okay, get to work.
Yep.
And that also meant get to, you don't know anybody, so having a lot of fun on Broadway and a lot of drinking. But
Yeah.
during all that time going down to Broadway, I would say like the first 5 years that you're here, you learn a lot. You know, you're going down there and you see all the same people, and then you see all the same people, and then you see all the same people playing the same thing. It's like, same thing. Okay. And then everybody gets sucked into a pattern. You know, you get stuck in playing downtown, which is, I mean, it's great. I mean, they make so much money, and they get to stay home, make a living, sleep in their own bed.
But
Sure.
it's
I totally
get
basically what the guys were doing in California.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
it's like, well, that's not my scene. Nothing wrong with it, but that's not my gig. Then I met some other people, and the best thing that ever happened to me was the Soul Shine Family Jam.
Soul Shine Family Jam.
Man, we used to go over there and we used to play, dude. I mean, this is like Chris Stapleton would show up, Jamie Johnson would show up, Jack Pearson would show up. I mean, everybody would show up. It was so much fun, and it was such a vibe, and it was just all about the music, and met great people there, man. I mean, like the Aaron Ratiers and, you know, all these guys and gals. And that's like, I would say that was the best part, because I kind of let my musical compass or my musical taste kind of be like where my direction's going to be here. Cause you kind of like get a second chance of not life, but like friends and all that kind of stuff, because you're like, well, I'm older now and I have a conscience, and I can kind of figure out who I want to be friends with and who I don't want to be friends with. I'm a new person in this town. So it's like, I'm not going to let this lead me. I'm going to let this lead me, and let what my music, and I let that just kind of guide me and the people that I wanted to be around. And I still kind of do that every day. And that's kind of my thing. It's like, if I like your music, and like, that's probably a good thing,
Yeah.
you know, and you're probably a good person.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be included in that.
Hell
in
yeah,
that
dude.
group. Hey, so how long you were here for a while? And you did the little TV show.
This is the voice.
You do the voice. It's hilarious, because I don't watch any of those shows. I really just never have. I never watched American Idol.
You can't swing a dead cat in this town without hitting somebody that's been on a reality TV show.
I know,
Yeah.
but that's the thing.
Or a
'Cause
songwriter.
they booked a write with you for me. Curb did, and it was with somebody else. Can't remember who it was, but I walked in. We'd never met each other. I'd never seen your face before, and I'm like, "Hey, man, what's up?" Pryor, David, blah blah blah. Like, cool, man. So what do you do? What do you do? He's like, I'm an artist on Black River. This is when you had your duo, and I was like, oh, cool. How long you been there? He goes, I want something on The Voice, and I'm like, oh, you were on The Voice, and I know you
I
probably
already
just
pissed him off when I was saying it's in a duo. He's like, oh, great, another duo. Perfect.
It's awesome.
I know how this goes.
No, but I know he was like, how does this guy not know who I am? It's just, I mean,
That's a really good one too. It's got the
great.
good vibrato.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it lasts a long time.
Classy.
Yeah, I think it should be 3, but I like the fourth
Yeah.
one. The fourth one really
The
just
fourth one
adds to it.
It's like Family Guy when they do the gag over and over again.
Just a little
And
too long.
Yeah, like Peter holding his leg.
Family Guy perfected that. Yeah.
I mean, it goes on for like 3 minutes.
They make it so awkward but funny.
Yeah,
Yes.
or the
Yeah.
flash to like Conway Twitty singing for no apparent reason whatsoever, and he
What a
sings
great-
the whole song.
What a great show.
It's most brilliantly written. Seth MacFarlane is a brilliant man.
I 100% guarantee you that sometime Seth MacFarlane went to my hometown, went to Elmer's, and saw this guy named Mike Denny. Mike Denny was the golf coach at St. Joseph High School. That was a very, very, very large person
Robust.
that wore glasses, was balding, wore a white polo shirt that was tucked in, and wore green pants because that was the colors.
Are you serious?
Yep. Yep. And that's exactly what he sounded like. Yeah.
And
Anyways.
Seth's a great singer too.
Yes, he is.
A big band guy too,
Yeah.
like show tunes.
Like big band.
Yeah, like big band. Big band.
Big boy,
Big
big
band.
band.
David like
big
big
band.
band.
Chase.
How did you just go try out for the voice?
No.
Were you here?
No, I was here. Yeah. And I knew a guy that was he was the runner up. Yeah, he was the runner up for the season before.
No.
And I guess they were like, "Hey, if you know anybody that can, sing or something, send them our way."
Yeah. And it was you.
And they reached out to me, and I said, "Dude, I'd be more than happy to come down to, but I'm not going to go stand in line for 24 hours."
Yeah.
Hail to the no.
No.
And so they were like, "No, man, come down to Georgia." So I went down to Atlanta and went to this really cool studio, man. It was super cool, and sang 3 songs. They were like, "You want to go to LA?" Okay.
Okay.
And then 2 weeks later, I was in LA.
What song did you sing on the show? What was your chair turn song? What was that?
It was, "I Don't Need No Doctor."
I don't need no doctor.
Mm-hmm.
I just need a pill. I don't what prescription.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How'd that feel?
Your
Was it
voice,
weird?
Your voice singing that?
Did you
or-
get all the turns?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Of course you did.
Okay. I mean, you heard him.
Well, I mean, I know, but I don't watch those
How
shows either.
Are you dumb?
Yes.
Easy.
Yes. You know what dumb is backwards? Bum.
Have you ever heard him speak French?
I am tired. Small breakfast and a pumpkin.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Said it to this French girl one night a long time ago, and she looked at me and goes, "That is not what it means." I was like, "Well, you are not really French because I know what I'm saying." Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I don't know.
Anyways,
Yeah. So you ended up on Blake's team?
I did.
Team Blake, let's go.
Team Blake, let's
How
go.
was that weirdo?
He's freaking hysterical, dude.
He's a trip,
Dude,
man.
that guy is bad to the bone, man. But he's just like you think he would be, man. He's,
He's that.
He's who he is.
He's
Oh,
exactly what you
100%.
see.
yeah,
Yeah.
100%. I mean,
He
he's
Yeah.
hysterical. Have you seen the Jimmy Fallon and him go have sushi skit?
No.
No.
Is it amazing?
Guys, that might be the funny. Can we get some more of that rice wine? Rice wine. He eats like tuna. He goes, "That tastes like already chewed gum and tongue." It's hysterical, dude. And he gets shit-faced on sake, which is great.
I love
Dude,
it.
I've known Blake for a little while, and we've done some shows together back in the day. And I mean, this is when we were both playing we were playing like the casino in Indiana. We were opening up for him. He hadn't done American Idol. The Voice, hadn't got to that superstar level. And then I saw him. We did a thing at the Opry, and it's like I'm going to the. He's, "Where you going?" I'm going to the bathroom. He goes, "Can I go with you?" It's like, yeah. So we walked to the bathroom, and it was he's just a very funny person.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. He's
Yeah. I dig that dude. How was the Voice experience?
good. And it's vodka and Sprite Zero.
It's vodka and Sprite
Oh
Zero.
my gosh.
Yep.
No thanks.
Oh my God. Until you try it.
Is it good? It doesn't sound good.
It is. It has to be the Sprite Zero because the Sprite leaves you like that filmy.
The aspartame. Yeah.
Yeah. You got to have that good fake shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, at Sprite Zero's aspartame too.
That's what he was talking about.
Yeah.
Idiot.
I'm not an idiot.
You're a very special person.
I'm a toddler.
It was a great experience, man. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. It was real. Like, it's 100% real.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
I feel like you're lying about it being real.
No, man. Like, I almost left when I got there because they were like, okay, you got roommates. And I'm like, I'm sorry, what?
They put y'all in the house together?
No, you're in a hotel room and you got roommate. Like,
That's fun.
They got 2 queen beds and 2 humans that have never met before. And it's like, you guys stay together.
Who's
for the next,
your roommate?
First, I didn't have one. I was like, this is badass.
Yeah.
And then I got a roommate. And it was Caleb, my old duo partner.
Really?
Yep, that's how I met him.
Huh.
And I walked.
Was that by like, did they put you together at that point? Or was
Oh,
that
no.
just by happenstance?
That was just happenstance.
Yeah.
Yep.
If for those of you who don't know, happenstance is like it's fortuitous.
It's like a coincidence.
It's almost said Happen Chance because there's a bar in Nolensville called Happen Chance.
That's because Nolensville is Nolensville.
Sorry.
They don't.
That's
They
why I
think
was
it's
stuttering on
happen.
Who's
Happen
Phil?
chance, huh? Nolanville.
Nolensville.
I box in Nolensville.
Yeah.
Title boxing, Nolensville.
You're a boxer now?
I am a boxer now.
Do you wear like the whole sweatsuit and
I do the kind of boxing. Yeah, I tell you what, I know why he talks like that because he wears you out. So I don't want. No, dude, I don't hit anybody or they hit back. I just hit a bag. So I'm that kind of boxer. You know, we do combinations and we do.
I don't box to protect myself. I just box to work out.
Like
That's
I can hit a lot better now. You know, before it was just like slap fighting with me, but now I know how to. I'm punching well and hitting that bag pretty good. And you know, first couple times I just screwed my hand all up because I'm just like hiya, you know, karate chopping in there.
Judy chops?
Judy chop,
Judy chops.
kung fu kick.
Ninja chops and Judy chops don't mean Judy chopping. Nobody needs Judy chopping.
You can't ninja kick your Judy chop. You know, whatever.
Regular can of Copenhagen? No, says I.
Yeah.
Ninja Star.
Ninja Star.
So how far did you go in the voice? I don't remember.
All the way, baby.
All the way, baby.
Yeah. All the way to the finale.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And then you and Kayla were a duo for a minute. For a little while.
Yeah,
what did you do? Did you just leave the show and like, let's go get a record deal?
No. We just both did our own things, and he lived in Florida and he was up here all the time trying to make it. And so you are wearing underwear, right?
Not as far as you know.
Well, there's one way to find out.
Which people can see what's going on right now. Quit sniffing me.
So
Maybe just got real comfortable for everybody who can't see.
Yep. But no, he was coming up here from Florida all the time, and I was working on my career. I was working on my, I guess what every single person does when they live here. You know, you wake up every day and be like, okay, what do we do today? And I did that for 10 years. And then, after The Voice, it was right after New Year's. Or not after The Voice. Yeah, it was after The Voice. It was New Year's. And we were down in Florida. And we were sitting by the pool. And I was like, man, I got a song that you and I could sing. And it would be killer. And he's like, By this time, we were playing we were playing shows together. You know, I'd go
like separate shows, but together.
Yeah, like we'd go to, he'd come with me and come out to California.
Yeah,
and there'd be, 5 times as many people.
Yeah,
and then I'd go somewhere with him. There'd be, fans for both of us, and so it kind of worked out great because when we were on The Voice, they paired us up together all the time. So we kind of had this thing on TV where it's like, okay, this works, and then it really did work, and it was really amazing.
Yeah,
and so we're like, okay, let's record this song. So we did. We recorded it, and we didn't finish it. And he said, don't do anything with it. And he sent it to Doug Johnson. And then Doug called him. Let's see. I think Doug called him the next day and was like, when can you come in?
Yeah.
Can you come in tomorrow? And it was during CRS because the entire radio promo team was here.
Country Radio Seminar.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. If y'all don't know, CRS is where all the programmers from around the radio stations in the nation come to Nashville, and they have a big convention, and everybody comes and plays, and it's a big old party, actually.
Yeah, so they were all there, and we went in, we played 3 songs, and we played for him and the CEO and all those guys, and then they left and came back with 4 more people, and then they left and came back with everybody, and they played, and they said, "We've been looking for a duo. You're it."
There we
I
go.
was like, "You've got to be kidding me!"
This is easy. It's that easy.
So
10 years easy.
yeah, that was on a Tuesday,
Easy.
and on Monday, the day before, like I quit. I remember I got an email from, I won't tell you where it was from, but I was like, man, that was like my last egg. I'd knocked down every door.
Yeah.
And I was like, I remember telling my fiance at the time, I said, if this is my last egg, like if this doesn't work, I don't think it's going to work. I think it's over. And the next morning I got an email saying, we're going to have to pass. We really love your music. We love what you do. And I was like, fuck, it's over.
Yeah.
Like,
That's a weird realization right there.
It's terrifying.
Oh God. Because you've done it your whole life.
yeah, you got no college education. You got nothing to back up. It's like, dude, what do I do?
Yeah.
What do I do?
Yeah.
Now I've, in love and got a house and got like, what happens now? And then she was like, I think, something's going to happen. Something's going to happen. I was like, yeah, whatever. And I remember I went to Whole Foods because Caleb was coming up that night, or he was coming up in a couple days. And he FaceTimed me, and he never FaceTimes me. And he's like, hey, dude, don't be mad. And I was like, bro, there's nothing you could possibly say or do to make my life any worse than it is right now. Trust me. And he's like, we got to go sing some songs tomorrow at Black River. And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, I'll be up there in 12 hours. So he drove up from Daytona, and we played the next morning for about 35 minutes in my office. And I was like, what are we doing? He said, just sing. Just play with me and sing. I was like, okay, all right. So I was kind of thinking we were going there to just maybe get him a record deal or something.
Yeah.
And I sat right there, and then when they said, yeah, record deal, and I was like,
Like, wait, what?
what?
Huh?
They said, we've been looking for a duo for 10 years. And I'm like, wait a second. Did you just say a duo? Like a record? Like
2 people.
And they're like, yeah, man, for real. And I'm like, you've got to be fucking kidding me.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, yesterday it was over, and today it's like,
Oh,
we're back on.
I have a
1,000%.
record deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
back
like-
on full steam. Let's go.
Yeah.
That just shows you how quick Nashville can turn the other way too.
Yeah, but
true.
I think like that's a God thing, man. It's like,
For sure, a God thing.
how much can you take? If you want to do this, like if you want it that bad, you're going to have to work for it.
Yeah.
Because
Beat your head against the wall. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's like whatever's there, like it's so worth it,
Yeah.
but I'm not just going to give it to you. You got to work
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah. It's much
sure.
sweeter
Yeah.
when it's worked for too.
But it should be, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
been here 13 years. I've never been on the 3rd floor of this building.
You
Yeah.
have
How
now.
about that?
How about that?
Welcome.
You didn't even know this existed.
I didn't even know it existed.
It's Oz up here. Have you met the wizard? There he is.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you do the duo thing for a minute, and
Yep.
then, I mean,
And he just called me on a Tuesday and quit.
I wrote with you on that Tuesday.
Yes, you
Did
did.
you really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I still showed up because you don't miss a right.
No.
You always show up.
It was an emotional
Can you say
day.
that louder for everybody in Nashville?
Always show up.
Always. To the right and to the right.
Yeah. Those are the
Yeah.
days when that's when it comes out, man.
I'm glad that I was there with you that day because you were like, man, it's just because it's back in that space of what the hell?
Yeah.
We've got it. Why are you doing this? And
Yeah.
then now you look back and you're like, it's probably a blessing in disguise
For sure.
because of the stuff you have out now. It's
Right.
just glorious. But at that moment, I was like, man, I'm a little worried about my boy.
Man, it sucked because, I still believe that what we had something that was so cool and so unique and so different, and it was badass, man. I loved it.
Yeah.
But, part of it.
It's meant to be, brother.
It's part of it.
And fast forward past that to, they were like, we want you
Yeah.
and just you.
Yeah, that's always nice because they could have just said, well, we wanted that duo and now you're not a duo. So, good luck out there. Yeah.
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 I think it's just a testament to your talent, though. I mean, I've preached your praises since day one. How much of an amazing artist, picker, player, writer, singer that you are. You're the whole fucking package wrapped into one. And
I appreciate it.
And I knew from that day that it was like you're going to be fine. You don't see it yet.
Yeah.
My wise old sage ass over there in the corner going, "You're going to be all right, bro. It's going to be okay." And you have been.
Yeah.
And I'm very proud of the stuff that you've put out.
Thank you.
Even if I'm involved in some of it.
Yeah, right.
You know.
You're not
Well, I'm glad
biased
you
at
were
all.
there.
I think the best song you have is the song called Might Have Met a Girl. I really do.
I think that might have been the first time we wrote.
Second time.
Was it?
Yeah, because we went to Gil Buda's the second time.
Yep.
And we wrote that song.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I appreciate that, man.
Dude,
I try to be a good person. I think that's the part of talent's just one part of it. You know, you got to have,
be a good human being.
dude, you got
That's
to be
all
a
you
good
gotta
human
do.
being first and foremost, because, you know, we were a duo, and I've heard so many stories where they're like, as soon as a band breaks up or a duo breaks up, it's like it's all gone completely.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people wrap up their self-worth and identity in that.
Yeah, but the business part of it usually be like, okay, well, that was it. You're
And
done.
what translates into that then?
You know, and then they were like, nope, we're not letting that happen. to him.
Amazing.
And my entire record label, my management team, my booking agency, everybody was just like, nope.
That's awesome, man.
So we're just gonna find some. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And nobody left, and we worked until we found somebody else, and then we didn't work out, and then we thought we found somebody else, and it didn't work out, and then we finally thought we found the guy, and it didn't work out, and I'm like, oh my God. Like, I remember going to guys and be like, dude, so we have a record deal.
Yeah.
All we need you to do is you just, like, do you want to sing, play guitar, and, like, we can do this. Well, what about, I was like, oh my God.
That's so wild because so many people just would die
Yeah.
to have that opportunity.
I would have loved to have been asked, but I wasn't.
Well, again,
Yeah.
radio face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Wow.
He said it, not me.
I look much better now. Oh, God. There you go. That's
I
it.
think you look
That's one
great.
I thank you. Thank you very much.
You're looking slim, too.
Buddy, I am
You're so beautiful.
working my ass off at it. Once you're over a certain age, it's really, really hard to get it up there and get it off, you know.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
Personal truth comes out.
That's not it.
That would be a meme
You guys,
tomorrow.
you guys are not. That's not what I'm. It's to get, get up to work out and everything. Just
That's
get
not
on
fun.
that treadmill. Get on the weights, dude. It's the old adage: eat less, work more. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
It's not hard. You don't need a fad diet. You don't need to stick a needle in your body. You just need to do more and eat less.
You don't need all that Dairy Queen.
Oh my God, I'm gluten resistant and I'm insulin resistant.
No, you're not. You're fat. Put the fork down. Sorry.
Tell us how
Dr.
you really
Detox.
feel. Yeah.
Swim
1-800-947-4833. Call Dr. Detox now and we can answer your questions.
Dave Duff was a miner. He owned a huge mine back home in East Kentucky, and I grew up with him, and I grew up with his daughter Lori, who ended up being Chad's wife, my duo partner. And Dave was the kind of guy. I mean, he was just a super human being, but he would get up at 4 a.m, eat a whole onion like an apple,
Oh my God.
go to work and work till 8 o'clock at night. And this man was stupidly wealthy, but you would never know it. But he always had these little things that he would say. And I had a buddy of mine, and the buddy was a bigger boy, and he was talking to Dave, and he's like, "Man, I can't lose the weight." And Dave, "Oh damn, son, like you need to put the fucking fork down." And it was like, "Yep, that's it."
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm sorry if some of y'all have a thyroid glandular problem out there.
My dad always called it an elbow problem. You just got something wrong with your elbow, man.
Just quit bringing it up there. No. I don't even know how we got on that tangent. Oh, because I look really much better
Because
now.
you're so beautiful. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Radio face. It's fine.
He started it.
He did. So you went through all these duo replacement partners, and it just didn't